Hi there. Hey, let's chat for a moment about learning, unlearning, and relearning. Alvin Toffler wrote, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." Toffler's words seem particularly appropriate to the GIS profession. Way back in 1983, I was among the last of students who, for over 10 years, were using the SYMAP program, SYMAP, to create 3D mesh terrain surfaces and plotting them out on a plotter. My colleagues and I at the U.S. Census Bureau used GIS to develop the Tiger system during the late 1980s, which became the basis for Yahoo Maps and Google Maps and all the rest of the street atlases, the online web-based atlases. So fascinating to be a part of that. I started using ArcInfo in 1989 at version 4 at the USGS. Despite the huge changes that occurred in GIS at that time, as I reflect, I firmly believe that we have seen more change in the last 3 years than we did in the last 30 years. I believe that I have seen more change in that time. The open data movement, crowdsourcing, cloud computing, attention to spatial thinking, mobile apps, and SDKs are among the forces that are modifying huge portions of our profession, from the technology to the number and variety of people in it. Changes in GIS and society are having an enormous impact on GIS and education. Don't you agree? What must we teach to help learners update their current skills and prepare them for the future? How must we, as GIS educators, most effectively educate ourselves? To think about it as Toffler might, think about all that you have learned, unlearned, and relearned in GIS over the years. I confess that I'm still wondering about Toffler's unlearning process. Do we really unlearn, or do we just forget about some of the details of what we no longer need to know? I remember the time I invested in learning how to download, format, and use SDTS formatted spatial data, and then creating a 25-page document to help others do the same. Is that document still needed? Do most GIS folks today even know what SDTS data is? I had to learn how to use that type of data, and then relearn how to use spatial data when the formats and the software changed. Today, with the coupling of desktop and web-based GIS, software updates no longer occur annually, but at least quarterly, if not more often. You cannot effectively use all of the ArcGIS online resources, for example, if your version of ArcGIS for desktop is a few versions behind. New data, maps, apps, and other resources appear daily. GIS seems to me to be the perfect example of why lifelong learning is essential. Furthermore, something common to every GIS professional is the experience of having difficulty with getting a task in GIS to work, modifying it, trying it again, and assessing the results, right? I recently had difficulty matching an ArcGIS online base map with a set of data because I had guessed incorrectly at the projection that the vector data set was in. While these experiences can be frustrating, we tend to more clearly remember those details than when we are problem solving and everything works great and smooth and easy. Right? In short, the difficulties we experience in learning and relearning actually help us in the learning process. I see Toffler's point, but I also think that reading and writing are important 21st century skills and are more critical now than ever before. In my role on the Esri education team, I spend more time reading, writing, and communicating than I do on most other tasks. Yet even the bulk of time that I spend reading, writing, and communicating is with the objective of learning and relearning and teaching others. How does GIS require and foster lifelong learning? How can you model lifelong learning with GIS with your students? Thanks.